What about Alistair? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Very unkind. Those were his friends.
And you think they would encourage his blubbering? If so, they are not the sort of Grey Wardens the legends note.
I have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
I happen to be nobility, you know.
I stand corrected.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Are there any other survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why did Terran Loghain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I think I've asked all
I
the
agree.
questions.
'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
All chests. Some gives the reader one more point to spend on attributes. Rendered useless. Some gives the reader one more point to spend on a talent or spell, but is rendered useless. Get rid of a few more things. A lot of stuff. Fire won't open that one.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Afraid you were going to be left alone?
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the king.
You had a customer.
They're all dead.
What did they want? Did you not tell them you were busy?
If it weren't for Morrigan's mother,
Watching
we'd be
video
dead on
games?
top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth?
Thought crossed your
From the
mind.
legends. Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Well, so why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blights. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The Grey Wardens are no more. Let someone else do it now. No. The land is hardly united thanks to Loghain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature.
Did you finish with your
Perhaps
customer,
he believes
Dragonfire?
the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the
Good for her.
ancient to Vinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Alistair is the real Grey Warden here, not me.
All Grey Wardens in Ferelden are gone. Except for us. I've lost everyone. For the love of the
And an
Maker, don't
expired.
look out on me now.
Her touchpad wasn't working. An expired password. That always seems to do it, right? My brother's out there somewhere. I need to find him.
Somewhere in the wilds. Now that would be quite the feat.
And what about everyone else? We can't let all their deaths be in vain.
Ah, to have lost so much, it would be difficult not to cling to hope, however faint. You two have much in common.
I can't do this on my own. We have to do something.
Will you help us fight this blight, Flemeth?
Me, I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Arl Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Arl Eamon, the Arl of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Surely there are other allies we could call on.
Of course. The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I don't suppose you could offer us any more help?
Now that you mention it, I do have one more thing to offer.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears. Ha ha!
Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You
Her
have been
reaction's
itching to
great.
get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite Ferelden against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
He won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there.
Will I
Or
find
if
somebody I can
prefer,
sell a bunch
I
of
shall
stuff to?
simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you to speak your mind.
Haha, you will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, You are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should just get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Morgan approves. Alistair approves. We got some pluses, guys. We've got a question for you, Dragonfire. What do you think the hardest fight in this game was? Let's get his cunning or constitution all the way up. Oh. I guess we get his survival up, right? And we'll do that, the master combat for now. He does need threatened, doesn't he? Get the dog up. Bread, yes. Biting your eyelids while watching Scarecrow. You're awful. You were so mean. Is Alistair not? He does not even have a helmet. Alright, can we give Morgan anything good? Chanter's footing. Sure. Enchanter's arming cow. Enchanter's robes. Is this better? No. What about our staff? Nope. Rings? Anything good here? Oh, we already had that on there. What about Alistair? You got stuck on a fight for a while. I think it was against something in a bog. Trying to remember 10 years ago. Are you actually not saying because you're afraid of spoiling it for people? Because I will tell you the fight that gave me the hardest time in this game was right here on this map. It took me forever to win that fight. Alright, so we're going to Lothring. Scarecrow, why are you so mean?
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly.
Out of love. I know it's out of love.
There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state.
I wouldn't give you a hard time if I didn't care any either.
Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Ooh. Imagine if you were serious even half the time. What about if you were serious the other half of the time?
Independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
What an ass.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I guess that fellow is the leader.
They don't look much like them others. You know, maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen preying on those.
Why does that guy look like the one of the guy that
They are
died in the
fools
joining?
to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone?
Yeah, now you remember why you thought he was an
10
ass.
silvers and you're free to move on.
I agree. You should listen to your friends. We are not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Heinrich. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Your toll collectors then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Perhaps you should charge more then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
No, but a caravan is following me. It has plenty of gold.
Wouldn't such a caravan be well guarded?
Not really. It wants to appear poor, apparently.
A common ruse. Well, we'll not be tricked so easily.
A whole caravan, right for the picking.
They'll not be so
Go on
tricked.
your way. We've got work to do.
You guys are idiots.
It has begun.
A knight's locket and knight's note.
Yeah.
Are they mad at us because we just stole from them? Alright, if you guys really want to fight, we'll take you down. Hey look, the game crashed again. So 2 crashes out of what? How long have we been going? Out of close to 4 hours? Not too bad, I guess. But where's it gonna put me? Great.
Now, is that any way to greet someone?
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee.
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? You want to pay more?
Stupid 10-year-old game, really a
happily
low
accept
rate
donations?
for that old, I know.
Wouldn't such a caravan be...
Oh,
Right, now we'll do an autosave, and I guess we won't steal from them and cause whatever.
Well, there it is.
Especially modded, right?
It's
Yeah.
easy painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
Yeah, I forgot this game had the if you steal, you can get in trouble. And it doesn't like give you the red thing. Do you want to take it or not? I need to look for Fergus. He might still be alive.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying that it is foolish to mount a
I always thought these two should end up together. Alistair and Morgan. Well, you can, right?
You will either find him somewhere outside
Just miss
the wilds
Skyrim
with
where it
other
tells you don't
survivors,
steal.
or not at all.
I need that in these games. That doesn't mean I shouldn't look for
That's
him.
exactly what it means. You wish to do this brother of yours a service? Avenge him. The time to look for survivors will come later.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
No, not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Just put a bucket on their head.
Arleman is a good
Think
man,
that
but I
gif.
don't know for sure he's where we should go.
That trick.
I'm not going to fight about it.
What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in
I like
safety.
her.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find Arleman?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
What about the Dalish Elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
And the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
And the Magi?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlinhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And where would Loghain be?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
Right.
Then you have a
I don't
plan.
need any more directions. I'm ready to get
Fair
going.
enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Game is saved. Okay,
I have
need some
a
help,
wonder,
Dragonfire. When do I get
if you will indulge me,
Do I have a choice?
As you say.
a container to put stuff in?
of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Didn't you crawl into a book?
You there! If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting.
Thank you, Scarecrow, for the lurk.
There isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Are you keeping me from going in?
Warning you, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Is there anyone in charge
The
here?
band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Ah, look how they moan and wail and gnash their teeth. It is sad to watch how helplessly they...
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
Here's 50 silvers.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Feel sorry for it.
Bless you. This will help us a great deal.
As you say. I shall do.
Stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want. Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Can you not tell when you are not wanted?
Oh, is this gonna get me in trouble?
I enjoy company of creatures of the...
Let's save before I start doing this crap.
Hated...
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
Ooh.
You profit from their misfortune.
This.
I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies
You think
are
the only
worth.
storage is at
You
Warden's
bought
Keep?
most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they
Does that mean
are
I need to sell a
desperate
bunch of the
to
stuff that I
seize
have?
upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think you can compromise and still make a profit, no?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Morgan disapproves. Morgan, why are you disapproving?
The Chanters are still operating their board.
Enter Devons.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings. Smile back.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.